welcome leaders and change makers and empire building builders here today. You didn't just stumble into this room by accident. You came here because you were called deep down. You already know the future isn't something we wait for. It's something that we build and we make this change happen. So just pause for a minute and command that room. Get that energy within that room together with us because we're building and we're shifting much faster than before. And people just are sleepwalking right now. But we really want you because you're an awakened being here and you're in the legacy of leadership and wealth here that's going to collide today. And we want to introduce you with what to the mission of what we're doing today. And it's really pulling back that curtain on the platform that just isn't tech forward. It's really tech transcendent. We're talking about Vita One and DaMeta1 today. And we're going to hear more from the great Jeffrey here today. It's an AI-powered digital ecosystem backed by Google, Microsoft. You'll hear more about that. But it's just exciting, and I want to introduce you to what's coming up today. And the future is about power, purpose, and positioning. And when you're here and you hear about these new things, it can be something a little bit daunting, but we're going to make it simple and simplified. So here's the truth. We're not here to watch, we're here to claim. Step out, and we are glad you decided to take the reins today and join us for this right now. And please take notes if you have any questions. We'll have a Q&A after, so I encourage you to stay and put anything in the chat. If you have any questions, we can answer that way too. And if you're ready to rise, Tech Titans, let's build, let's lead, and let's rewrite those rules. That's what we're here for. So let me introduce you. I want to bring Dr. Jeffrey up here because I'm going to introduce him today and go ahead and let me get him spotlighted here. And Dr. JefferyBerger is the CEO and he's the founder of Abundance in Optimum Wellness, a certified holistic coach taking a finance-first approach to achieving all-encompassing personal well-being by embracing new ways to true wealth in the modern world. He's exploring diverse paths and they open up the door to the true wealth in every sense of the way. And as a global ambassador for an innovative company revolutionizing the future of real estate, financial education, AI, metaverse technologies, he is deeply committed to empowering individuals and communities worldwide. His mission goes beyond business by providing global-minded individuals with new ways to true wealth in the modern world. It's about creating opportunities, providing access, and building more inclusive and supportive digital world where everyone has the chance, yes, everyone, even you here today, to thrive. Jeff is interested in these platforms here, and he's going to share with us ways to embrace new ways to true wealth in the modern world. So welcome, Jeff.
Thanks, Nicole, and welcome, John, from Africa, South Africa, a transplant from from England. And then we've got Stephanie on as well, and she's here in the United States. And thanks for that beautiful introduction, and welcome again to AI Empire Rising, Build Wealth in the Age of Tech Titans. And here, yes, I am the CEO and founder of Abundance and Optimum Wellness. I am not a medical doctor. However, I received an honorary doctorate September of 2024 for being an advocate on mental and financial well-being and leadership in life transformation. And I am of the firm belief that we all should be living a life of abundance and optimum wellness physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially today. So who else agrees with me? Give me a Y in the comments if you agree. And if you don't, that's fine too. You can put a no in there as well. But my mission and vision for you today is to take each of you on a little journey. The more I speak with people, I'm finding there are a lot of similar stories. And that's by getting comfortable in our uncomfortable zones, because this is where growth happens and innovation really thrives. And it seems to be a common theme for most people these days. And I'm truly blessed to be in what we actually all call this journey of life today. And so this next question I'm going to ask is that if you don't mind entering a Y in the chat, if you resonate with this next question, has anybody had a job or something that just didn't really or wasn't really working out, wanting desperately to leave, seeking something better than what's offered in our broken and corrupt systems today? If that's you, put in a Y, and if not, you can put in a no, because some people are not at that point. And it's that typical job, just over broke, and pretty much everybody has been in that situation that I'm talking about, and that was me. And not today. I've taken a different approach to things, and on top of being the CEO of my own company, I was asked in 2023, which I'll share in a few minutes, to be a global ambassador for Vita One, which is an expanding internationally known high-tech company who is utilizing the technologies of today, such as real estate tech, financial tech, educational tech, artificial intelligence, and metaverse, developing what I call eclectic ecosystems, along with introducing ground floor opportunities to diversify one's portfolio. And I look at this whole business model here that we are that future version of Apple. Apple had their technologies back decades ago, and today we're utilizing those blockchain technologies to advance ourselves and really change the paradigm in the future. So today I help pioneer future thinkers navigate today's emerging technologies who are looking to diversify their financial portfolios for better returns by introducing groundbreaking opportunities. And that's what we have. And clients to date have come to really learn it's easier than they thought, because we tend to make things really difficult for ourselves. And our products and services are what makes us different from a typical blockchain technology company, is that we are backed by real world assets like real estate, such as high-end hotels, resorts, luxury apartment living complexes. Another is our eclectic ecosystems that have already been accredited by industry giants such as Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, winner of the Microsoft EdTech Award, and more. And including the most recent announcements with Google's 2-year collaboration, which I'll be sharing a little bit more about that later on. But for today, if I may, I'd like to share 2 key points with you before we actually get started. The first, I learned the hard way in beginning this whole journey back several years ago, because so many of us have our eyes on those shiny balls, not knowing enough, which resulted in a $125,000 investment loss due to the project being a scam. I was green. I didn't have enough information. And then the second, the journey I'm sharing is really what I've learned along the way. Where did I make the mistakes? Why did I make the mistakes? And what did I do to correct those mistakes? To really understanding what is necessary to be properly educated along the way, getting me where I am today as a global ambassador. So the 2 key points that I wanted to share with you is there is going to be some information, and Nicole kind of dropped a hint about this information that I shared today that can seem overwhelming. Why? It's new for most of you. I get it. I know exactly how you're going to feel because I was there once too. So don't worry. I've got you covered. Just don't let yourself step in or glide into that zone, because we don't want you to go there. And take in what you can, because I will provide you access to today's slide deck to explore further if you wish. And also, Nicole will be providing a link to the recording of this webinar, so you have that as a backup resource as well. And my wish is for you to walk away with 5 key points. And while you're taking this information today, write down some notes. As she said, write down some notes while you're watching that resonate with you. Key point number 2, as I share today's information with you, I'd like for you to keep in the back of your mind, what if I could be among the first to recognize and capitalize on a groundbreaking, transformative technological opportunity? And I'm sure that you've heard this saying before. Who are the top 5 people you're really associating with these days, helping you get to where you want to go. And today, taking even further steps along your journey, moving you along, pushing you along, encouraging you. And if you have somebody like that, just put in a why. Be interested in knowing if you're working with individuals who are helping you along your journey. Meet Dr. Tahir Hussein. He is my personal wealth and life coach since July of 2022. He's been a game changer resource for me along this journey, and I'll share a little bit more about him later. And then second is meet Mr. Waqas Suhail. He is the CEO of Vita One, who has been a guiding light, being a key element to help expand the North American market along with me doing international as well. And I'll be sharing more about them later on. But I'm going to share a 1-minute video clip about part of my journey after leaving corporate America in August of 2015. It'll give you a highlight of what I've been doing, just so you have a better understanding about my background and why I'm sharing this with you today. Okay, thanks. We're back, and I hope you enjoyed that short clip. It's been a really incredible journey so far, and what I love most is there's lots more to come. Today, we are in the forefront of a massive paradigm shift. Yes, that's correct. And as pioneers in this industry, I invite you to keep an open mind and explore the potential endless possibilities that lie ahead. Just as Microsoft, Apple, Netflix, and Amazon revolutionized their respective fields, we are pioneering the future of real estate tech, financial tech, educational tech, artificial intelligence, the metaverse, and other technologies as they are being integrated into the ever-evolving digital worlds. And for our attendees today, there will be a special giveaway at the very end. However, you must stay till the very end, along with a major incentive opportunity to qualify for some free moolah, some free money. So it's time to sit back and digest what you can today. Again, don't be overwhelmed. I want you to take 5 key points away from this. And it's about enjoying the journey. And I'm excited to share with you that I've been on it. It's going to take you through that initial stage back in 2022, where I was introduced to this whole idea. And I'm like, what? No way. I can't do it. I can't do it. But here I am as a global ambassador. And again, I will share the slide deck with you. So let's rock and roll. Where did they get a start? And that's a really great question, because picture this: between 9/11 and 2008, the real estate crash, I lost over 900,000 in my portfolio after decades of working diligently as a software engineer for 27 years. Then during 2020, 2021, my 401ks started to turn into 101ks, and one actually flatlined. I needed to reassess my financial future. And this is where it all started for me back in July of 2022, my first introduction to the company and what they were doing. I was clueless about real estate tokenization, fractional ownership. I didn't know what to think when I was introduced to this concept, but I kept my options open. And that's the thing, it's getting into that being comfortable in your uncomfortable zone to learning a little bit more and try to be innovative. And for 2 months, I researched after tons of questions, laser focused on doing my own due diligence. and then finally deciding to become a Vita One family member. And it's been a game changer ever since. So here's a quick little clip about how I got introduced to understanding real estate tokenization. And again, when I look at this, when I saw it, was like, oh, that makes sense. So it made it much harder than I thought when I was first introduced to it.
Dubai, the most vibrant city in the world. And within this multicultural melting pot is Paramount Midtown Hotel Apartments. The only place to experience the true Hollywood flamboyance and glamour. Where opulence is the way of life. Broadening horizons of growth. Having exemplary infrastructure, Paramount Midtown Hotel Apartments have interiors that denote elegance and comfort. We Are the One has acquired property within Paramount Midtown Hotel Apartments. We Are the One takes a giant stride by integrating next-level tech with real estate and has created a harmonious blend of reality, virtual, and future. Revolutionizing the concept of fractional ownership. And for the first time ever, We Are the One introduces fractional ownership of property that exists in real and has future value in the virtual world too. Experience the benefits of property that exists in real and also in the digital realm. Gain trading benefits in real world and the virtual worlds. Now you can get your fractional ownership in all the acquired properties of We Are the One. The Paramount apartment is divided into 1,000 blocks. Each block is a piece of eminent property with equal price for every block. Each property is fractional ownership. And now, you can choose to own this an exciting opportunity for yourself. Community members will be able to share the benefits of the assets such as usage rights, income sharing, priority access, property price escalation, rental benefits. Above all, NFT trading. Any NFT which is sold on a higher bid will have a collective impact on all the fractions. Cumulative benefits and growth for the community. Powered by the most trustworthy technology, blockchain, bringing with itself an elevated level of trust, growth, and transparency. We Are the One proudly announces the successful distribution of fractional ownership to its community. Raising the level of how we pursue the path of success. This unique combination of real, digital, and futuristic real estate brings you a new and authentic way called of owning a real tech. This is the technology designed to take you in the future. We Are the One, where you own, share, and grow.
Okay, there you go on that one. So that really opened my eyes, but I was still doing that due diligence and really learning what a real estate tokenization was, because there were also some other projects in their pipeline. And over the next 8 to 10 months, attending what's called vibes, learning where the company is going, their vision, their mission, I took a deep dive into the business model that was really focusing and addressing for the betterment of humanity, because that is something, when I left corporate America, I wanted something where I could leave this world leaving with an impact and helping other people. And I was then invited to be a guest in the August 2023 Dubai Summit, which is where I was really asked to be a global ambassador for the North American market, on top of me having already started to build a community internationally. But this gives you an idea of our summits, where we gather and collectively get together with our colleagues from I call them cousins, our Vita One cousins, get together, talk, learn about the strategies of the upcoming year at these events here. So this was in August of 2023. It's a short clip, but give you an idea of the people that we are, and as we rapidly are growing very fast. Come on, come on. 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 Okay, that was the summit in Dubai, and
Hey, Jeff, sorry
yeah.
to interrupt you, but Smara had a bit of an issue with the video. Could you just reiterate what that video was about, please?
Sure. Sorry about that, but you'll have access to this video in the PDF that Nicole's going to share with you. But this was the August 2023 Dubai Summit. This is the very first summit that I attended. I was invited to as a guest, and I did attend that to meet the directors and meet and collaborate with global partners. And this is the summit that they actually asked me. It was a year later after I joined the company that they asked me to be a global ambassador for the North American market on top of as I was building a global business. And that will be shared again and as a link in the PDF file so you can watch this. And I'm sharing, you came in a little late, but I'm sharing my journey as I got started with this, introduced to this company and their vision back in July of 2022 and where we are today. Because they actually, for those that don't know, and I haven't shared this yet, is that the company actually announced and became aware in 2 months before COVID in 2019. They announced themselves globally, and then COVID hit, and they went through those couple of years where it was up and down. But today we are thriving, we are growing, and you'll see that through the slide presentation today. The first company to successfully tokenize real estate on the blockchain technology, and now we're taking it to much higher levels. And in this, oh, here, I'm going to drop this note here because I forgot about this when I was looking at the video. It showed us out there in the desert doing four-wheeling. So here's an American over in Dubai, the UAE, and I went four-wheeling with sandals. You don't wear sandals on when you're four-wheeling on sand that's like about 125 degrees. So I learned the hard way. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But it was a great time. It was a really great time. And this is where I was very much aware of the two properties in Dubai. There was a property in London, which we're not participating in anymore. But then this was the announcement of our next property in Zanzibar. And this is where they broke the ground in January of 2024 and unveiled it in August of 2023. And this is on the Indian Ocean.
Yes, Salam Alaikum. Today is 30 Masmari and 20 January 2024. I'm here in Zanzibar on the site of the One Hotel. We just started now the project in actual, and it's amazing. It's a really speaking, unspeakable moment. We have everybody here, those from different parts of the world, to witness this. And this is my message for those who are watching this now. If you are still not a member, please check with that guy or lady with this video and ask him about Vita One projects and 3. So you there.
I'm so privileged to be a part of this innovation today in this land of Zanzibar. And I'm so excited. We have seen in pictures, we have seen in videos, and we have seen the 3Ds and all. But standing right here and witnessing it with incredible people around is really something to be very grateful. And I tell you, especially people in Malaysia who have been keep asking about Zanzibar, this is your time. I've taken enough videos and photos for you guys, and you should take full advantage of Zanzibar.
I cannot tell you how excited I am. First day of being on the actual site in Zanzibar for We Are the One, understanding how real estate works, understanding how development works, understanding how natural resources work. I just am excited. The reason I tell that to you is because for a lot of you watching this from the comfort of your home, you may not realize that what a blessing this place is. So I would highly recommend you to invite you to come as it happens. And for those of you who are still doubting a little bit about will this actually happen, the idea is that yes, it's going to happen. Everything starts with an idea. It's important to understand that. And the leadership of We Are the One, the directorship, the board has got the best for us. And we are witnesses from different countries. I think you've got 8, 9 countries here, traveling from across the world, just to give one message that this is history in the making. It is happening, and you will be taken care of. So keep your doubts aside, go all out, understand that this is the company where not only you, but your kids and the next generation can prosper, live with, and retire with.
My name is Walid Farfal. We are part of the main contractors, Halusani Construction. I would like to welcome all to this beautiful development. As you can see from the videos, the site is a 16,000 square site. We have a combination of hotel development and camps. As you've seen, our first stage, we already started with clearance of the site. Our next stage will go on to the main development, so all the structures and actual. So we look forward to that. Yes. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Chef Later. I'm flew from Zimbabwe to this amazing opportunity and a chance to see the land that one is building their hotel on. Obviously, super excited to be part of the Zimbabwe and the South Africa franchise, and really looking forward to being able to grow Vita One in those two regions. We have such an opportunity to share this with such an amazing bunch of people that we get to work with. Super happy to be part of Vita One and being able to share this with friends and family all over.
Okay, so one other thing I wanted to mention here, what I love about Viarta is that the construction company that they are using is part of the Viarta family. So what I love is that they utilize the talents and expertise of people. If Viarta is looking for a company like the construction company, they will utilize their expertise in expanding and growing the business model. And so this is my last video that I want to kickstart this presentation with. It's a 4-minute video that will really set a foundational understanding, if you will, as I walk through the remainder of my presentation today. What I have found is when I've talked to people, they said that the video really set them up for a much clearer understanding about some of the slides that I shared, just to give you more of the bullet points from that presentation. So I want you to take that front row seat and enjoy the possibilities that could lie ahead for you. And yes, the concept of digital ownership is gaining momentum, allowing individuals to own a fraction of a property rather than the entire property, as you just saw. And the concept of digital ownership is gaining momentum, where people are investing in an ecosystem that is accredited by Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, winner of the Microsoft EdTech Award, and so much more. And these innovative approaches democratizes digital investments, making it accessible to a wider range of people. And today it's about real world assets that I talked about earlier and other innovative technologies. So again, I invite you to explore and embark on a journey that is promising to reshape the way we think about property ownership, reshape how we approach the future of education, reshape how we approach the future of finances, reshape so much more. And we have already started to maximize these technologies, as you've seen here. And as we continue to expand our eclectic ecosystems that are getting outstanding global recognitions. So let your imagination soar and embrace the opportunities that potentially lie ahead for you as well.
3 revolutions of the world: eaten by Eve, fallen on Newton, created by Steve. Every era is defined by moments that change the course of history, moments that inspire, challenge, and revolutionize the world. From physical to virtual, technology is transforming industries like education, banking, real estate, and advertising. Innovation companies of AI, metaverse, fintech, edtech, and realtech are leading this change. With over 3 billion people, this dynamic generation is shaping the shift from the mechanical age to the digital era of AI and metaverse, unlocking endless possibilities. At the core of this transformation are top technologies: generative AI for creativity, the metaverse for new spaces, quantum computing tackling the impossible, and 5G, IoT, and biotech shaping a smarter, sustainable future. In 2025, groundbreaking launches like Meta and Google's AI/AR glasses and OpenAI's O3 model will bring the future to a completely new tech era. This isn't just another trend, it's the shift from hype cycles to practical innovation. Established in 2019, Vita One is the world's first ever real tech company with a vision to empower people globally to build their lifestyle. With customers in over 100 countries, a strong in-house tech team, and a successful brand portfolio, Vita One combines research and innovation to lead the next tech revolution. At the heart of Vita One's legacy lies the Meta One, its flagship project, revolutionizing how we connect and innovate. The Meta One is more than just a metaverse. It's a fully immersive platform made up of 5 unique continents, each offering an unmatched experience. First, the One Ilmverse, where learning meets the future. It's an education continent powered by VR and AI, integrating LAAMS, our learning academic and administrative management system. Already adopted by more than 300 schools, the One Ilmverse is set to reach 11,700 schools and over 8.5 million users by 2029. Next, we have Business Bay, your gateway to the first ever virtual real estate ecosystem. Rent, buy, or showcase property mockups seamlessly. With AI and blockchain integration, Business Bay even hosts the world's first real estate virtual expo. Gameaholic is where gaming enthusiasts thrive. From immersive zones to global competitions, this continent is designed to captivate every player. Dope is all about creativity and entertainment, a hub for exploring limitless possibilities. Finally, Eureka is the continent for innovation. Designed for developers and entrepreneurs, Eureka is where the boundaries of technology are pushed and new ideas take flight. DaMeta1 integrates the latest technologies like generative AI, blockchain, quantum computing, and 5G for an unmatched user experience. With 3 billion projected VR users, it's set to lead the revolution. Our business packages ensure everyone can be part of this revolution. From the Meta One tokens to team commissions, we've built a system for growth and rewards. With global recognition like the Microsoft Growth X Award and AWS EdTech Acceleration, the Meta One has already established itself as a leader in innovation. With customers in over 100 countries, it continues to build a dedicated user community and ready to go global. Our roadmap is clear: MVP launches, blockchain integration, and expansion of theme continents. By 2029, the Meta One will reach over 10 million users worldwide, changing the way we live, learn, and connect. Our journey is already making waves globally. We hosted successful roadshows in Abu Dhabi and Silicon Valley, showcasing our cutting-edge innovations to tech leaders and education pioneers. With over 400,000 registered users pre-launch, the Meta One is earning recognition from the most influential digital publications worldwide. The Meta One isn't just a platform, it's a vision for the future, a world where innovation meets imagination and possibilities are endless. Join us and let's build this future together. The Meta One, adapt the future.
Okay, so there you have it. Welcome to the future. The metaverse is no longer a distant dream, but a rapidly evolving reality. So enter in one if that short video made sense to you guys, and I thought it was very powerful. But the Meta One is really in the forefront of this exciting frontier, integrating the technologies that have already started to reshape our futures. And think about this, you're here on the ground floor. A quick story, another little story that I want to share is that as an ex-software engineer of 27 years in 2009, on top of what I shared earlier, I was approached with the opportunity of purchasing 500 Bitcoin at 0.0017 cents, which is an 85-cent investment. My response, nah, sounds like a scam. Today, Bitcoin has reached about $130,000 per coin. So as you watch what I'm revealing with you today, think about what if the future you're seeing now isn't years away, it's launching in mere months and you're not at the forefront. Imagine the competitive edge you'll lose if you wait while others are already mastering today, being in on the ground floor. And lastly, this isn't just a platform, it's a paradigm shift. Missing the deep dive means missing our unparalleled opportunity to shape and participate, not just react to tomorrow's tech landscape. So prepare to explore the limitless possibilities of this new frontier and discover how these cutting edge technologies are reshaping and shaping the future of real estate, finance, education, entertainment, human connection, and just to list a few. So with that, remember when I mentioned the companies like Microsoft, Apple, Netflix, and Amazon? They revolutionized their specific industries. Since 2019, we have been pioneering the future of real estate and these different technologies that are in our pipeline already. And these technologies are democratizing, allowing for ownership for the masses. And again, it's real world assets. This is a new buzzword for people today. And it's going to become for a lot of people in the know, it's daily talk, real world assets, especially in blockchain technology. And this is something that we are at the forefront of this exciting revolution. Remember learning about the wheel, invention of the wheel back in school and where it is today? I'll make reference to that in a few seconds here. But here's a glimpse of the last few decade booms from yesteryears to today and beyond. And that's where we're at right now. We are going beyond. And yesterday's fortune is today's misfortune for those who missed it. Isn't that the truth? Like me back in 2009 with Bitcoin. Again, I referenced the early days of getting on the ground floor with Microsoft, Apple, Netflix, or how about Amazon, which started out as an online bookstore, just to list a few. And today, it's really about finding that promising future path. And by embracing innovation, exploring new frontiers in digital real estate, financial tech, educational tech, artificial intelligence, the metaverse and beyond, we can really reshape a better future. And we are on that cusp of a technological revolution. So I encourage people to embrace that exciting journey and discover and unlock the unlimited potential that does lie ahead. These first images are really illustrating some of the business evolutions over the past 120 years. And then for those who actually were part of the demographics of that evolution, and then who are the ones that are really going to be the future of the massive paradigm shift that is being developed today, that's going to be changing the world in the next 3 to 5 to 10 years ahead. And I have to add this in because I am of the baby boomer generation, and there are a lot of us who are smartening and getting on board with the opportunities that are presented in this new paradigm shift. So something to seriously think about for those of you who relate to the age category that you are in today. So the evolution of technology mirrors the invention of the wheel. I'm bringing that wheel up again. Just as the wheel revolutionized transportation, these emerging technologies listed here have already started to reshape our world. And early adapters who understand and embrace these advancements will gain a significant advantage, much like those who harnessed the power of the wheel centuries ago, much like those who harnessed the power of Bitcoin 16 years ago, much like those who are harnessing the powers of real tech, fintech, edtech, AI, and metaverse today. And this image really emphasizes the transformative potential of these emerging technologies and encourage proactive engagement to capitalize on the opportunities that they actually present. And think about the investments of your 401k or your Roth IRA. You have a portfolio manager investing your monies into different technologies. Do you understand all those technologies? No. You're investing some money into these technologies to gain some returns. Same thing here. You have that option of coming on board as a customer and letting those monies work for you within this blockchain technology revelation, or you can learn more about it. It's totally up to your choice, because when I started, I didn't want to know anything about it. Here I am today. So things changed and I took that opportunity. But you've heard about the AI AR glasses from Meta and Google, their unveiling of this. This is a huge part of our educational system and our metaverse platform. And we already know that AI is changing at an exponential rate here, because OpenAI started at '01, it's now at '03, and they're working on '04, '05, '06, and much, much more. So after AI, the metaverse is really the new buzz, but we're moving beyond those hype cycles, if you will, and we're really pioneering the practical innovation by integrating AI and ed tech within this metaverse that we're developing. And this really creates an immersive and personalized learning experiences, revolutionizing education to start with, and then we go into real estate and then the other continents that we're developing. But what's really unique about this is we've developed a dedicated digital currency to fuel this ecosystem, to become a shareholder. And just like those who did with Microsoft back decades ago, or Apple or Amazon. And so we've developed that, and it's about people looking at these technologies today and want to participate from a financial perspective, and encouraging people to really think about joining us in reshaping the future of education and seizing the advantages of this groundbreaking innovation. And this image really emphasizes the practical application of AI and ed tech within the metaverse. And it's highlighting the innovative nature of the company's approach and the potential for early adapters to really benefit significantly. We are aligned with industry experts. This is a Statista report, which is really underscoring the explosive growth of the VR AR market, projected to be over $250 billion by 2028. I'll share some of our numbers where we are anticipating hitting over the next couple of years. But you're being here on the ground floor because we haven't launched yet. We're in the process, in the final weeks of doing our launch, introducing DaMeta1. And the video really provided you a very visual perspective of what we are pulling together, developing these 5 continents. And again, don't worry about the information on these slides, because I will be providing that for you, the slide deck. Again, just highlighting continent number 1 is DA1 and this is an innovative educational metaverse platform that harnesses the power of virtual reality and artificial intelligence to create immersive learning experiences. And I'll share the demographics of this being in beta testing all of 2024. Now we're ready to launch it. We're ready to let it go. Second is Business Bay, and this is a dynamic continent dedicated to real estate and various business-related activities, on top of featuring the very first ever real estate virtual reality expo. And this is going to be very exciting for those in this space. And then next we have Eureka Gameaholic Dope are under development. The first 2 continents are released. They're in the early stages of development. And just like Microsoft started with their very first application, which was Excel, it was a very basic spreadsheet. And those who use Microsoft Excel today, think about it back decades ago, where it was and where it is today. Same thing with this technology. We'll be evolving this over the next decades. And this is giving a visual about our milestones. And we have met these milestones as indicated on the left in the green. And where we are today, right in the middle there, global market expansion, getting it out there into family and friends, and where we're actually headed to. So think about this. Remember the video indicated about 300,000 user base? Today it's around 500,000. By 2029, they're anticipating 8.5 to 10 million end users, with over 11,700 plus schools that are going to be registered utilizing this technology, which gives you that idea and that foresight of, wow, if it's at, and I'll share the prices in a few minutes, if it's at this price today, say, if it's at 80 cents today, it started out at 6 cents, it's 80 cents today, where will it be in 2029 from 50,000 users to 10 million? Think about it. That's massive growth, which means unlimited financial growth potential for those who choose to get in on the ground floor. And this is our roadmap. Our roadmap is it's very aggressive. The green arrow in the middle is where we are today, where we want to go. And basically, this slide illustrates we mean business. And that's what we are doing. We mean business, and we're really going full-fledged ahead. Before 2024 pre-launch accomplishments, we had about 300 schools, institutes registered, about 140,000 students registered, parents, 110,000, 10,000 teachers. They were testing this. It was in the field. They were testing it and working with the development teams in fixing the defects and enhancing it and getting user feedback, so forth and so on. That's part of that development process. And on the bottom, it's a little over 500,000 user base today. So that is a massive growth in just 1 year here. Top global recognition. We are being recognized from a global perspective. Yahoo Finance, Business Insider, MSN, US Times Now, Benzinga. These are all major digital magazines that are out there showcasing the projects and products that these innovative tech companies are actually promoting. We started with roadshows last year, August of 2024. We started in Abu Dhabi. There is a headquarters there for the DaMeta1. Last year in October of 2024, we have the Disrupt in San Francisco, and Stephanie, who is on with us today, was actually in San Francisco at that event, and she got to experience that. Our first U.S. roadshow, if you will. And then in February of 2025, this year, we were at Leap, which is in Saudi Arabia. And this is a very powerful, high-tech, global, it's rated the number one as far as high-tech globally. There were over 2,000 companies there. And the Art of One actually rated second in the top 5 most innovative companies at this event, because other companies had an idea for a metaverse platform, but they didn't have anything that was working. It was an idea down on paper, concepts only. We actually had a working model, which really catapulted us into many MOUs, memorandums of understanding, which is investment opportunities. So they had their booth, and this is where our virtual reality real estate companies will have their own booths in the virtual reality expo and being able to showcase their projects. Recently, June 27th of 2025, we had an article in Forbes magazine. This is really, it took us 2.5 years to get into this magazine. We finally made it. And then most recently, a 2-year collaboration with Google for startups, AI for education technology. This is a massive kudos for the company, for this ecosystem that we're getting ready to launch. So with that, DaMeta1 is available as we approach our launch. We're out there really introducing this to family and friends. And just to give you an idea, in 2023, the DaMeta1 token initially started at 6 cents. Today it's 80 cents. That's a 1,233.33% growth rate in 2 years. And I'll share with you what it's expected to launch just in a few short months here. This gives you an idea of some of the opportunity for people to come in. I mentioned earlier, it was ground floor. It was geared for the masses. People can come in at $200, $500, $1,000, $5,000 packages. There are other ones available. I talked more about those are higher end packages outside of this presentation here. But just to give you an idea, you take $200 and you divide 0.8 cents, that's 250 tokens. And say if the DaMeta1 launches at $2, your $200 turns into $500 within a couple of months. Say it launches at $5, that $200 turns into $1,250. Another example is the 5,000. You're getting 6,250 tokens. And then at a $2 launch, you're going up to 12,500. A $5 launch is 31,250. So that's 31,000, from 5,000 to 31,250. Now, the caveat here is that when those of us who've been for a while, our packages have matured. What does that mean? People who come on board with packages today, it's in escrow for 1 year. You can't do anything with it. But when we launch, if we launch at $5, a year package at $5K already turns into $31,000, and you wait for your escrow period. Where is that $5 going to be? Is it going to be 10? Is it going to be 15 or 20 or $25 in 12 months? What are the possibilities? They're really unlimited. With that, the DaMeta1 token these are the tokens are the new stocks of the future. Tokens are on blockchain technology. Stocks are on the New York Stock Exchange, just to give that differentiation. And once we launch, you'll never see DaMeta1 token at 80 cents at all. And as I mentioned, there's additional packages are available at a higher rate. But this gives you an idea here of our token launch plan. Phase 1 was more of community offering. Those people that got on board with the real estate aspect of it back in 2019, 2020, and it was around 2020, between 2021, 2022 is when DaMeta and that metaverse came on board. And there was inside community offering. And then there was a pre-launch announcement where we express and share with our family and friends, partnerships, influencers, venture capitalists. And then as our launch approach, we go public, we get more influencers. And then the whales, we bring the whales in. We're trying to bring whales in now. And then obviously there's going to be a progress update as we continue to evolve this. And this is a $1.8 billion estimated brand that's launching. And you are in at the ground floor opportunity here. And this is where we're at. We are just weeks away from this launch. This slide really gives you our achievements really speak for themselves. And we're still getting accolades and achievements. And remember when I said in the very beginning, to remember me planting that seed, as I shared, what if I could be among the first to recognize and capitalize on a groundbreaking transformative technological opportunity? This is our flagship project, just like Microsoft Excel, Word, PowerPoint. That was Microsoft's projects. Obviously, Excel, I'm pretty sure it was Excel and then Word to follow. But those were Microsoft's products. And our product it's already accredited by Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, winner of the Microsoft EdTech Award, and much more. And again, there's still time to getting in on the ground floor and diversifying your portfolios with these technologies of today that are changing the future, just like Microsoft, Apple, Netflix, and Amazon did decades ago. So this gives you an idea of where we are from a global perspective. We have a headquarters in Istanbul, Turkey, Abu Dhabi in the UAE, and then London in England, and now we have one in San Jose, California. So we are global. I showed you earlier about our Zanzibar hotel and resorts, and we started with real estate, but we're utilizing, again, real estate tech, financial tech, educational tech, AI, and the metaverse, and incorporating these into our eclectic ecosystem. But this is where the NFT packages come in, which we do still have some NFT packages available. I don't go into detail with this, but it gives you that perspective of we are involved with real estate tech in NFT options. And this gives you our current portfolio. We've got our property in Paramount Midtown Hotel, which was the first video. We have a project in JBT, the new global business hub, and this is more high-end luxury apartment complex living. Here's the DA1 Hotel and Resorts that I shared. And we have a property in Mozambique. We own the property. This is a facility that is the first 3 to 4, maybe 5 floors is going to be commercial, office space, retail stores, but the rest of it is going to be high-end luxury condominium living. So with that, we're growing by leaps and bounds. And this is Wakas Suhail. We've announced our IPO in October of 24, which is scheduled sometime in 2027. So there's a lot of opportunities here over the next couple of years. And this just gives you a perspective. This is when he asked me to be a global ambassador when I was in Dubai. And exciting times are definitely in front of us. Giving you some of the other areas. This is Malaysia. They've been actually involved since the very, very beginning in 2019. I came in 2022. So There's a couple years difference, but they're growing by leaps and bounds. Here's Africa. Speaking of Africa, John, here's one of our Africa teams. We have 3 Africa teams out there. And then here I am in the US market, really getting excited about the monthly webinars picking up, and they're ramping up, which is really great. So here's some high level considerations of being part of the Vita One family. And some of these I considered back when I got started, but since then there have been more added because we have grown since 2022. But the Vita One is globally compliant, and it's a registered company. We're registered in the countries that we are doing business in, and we're incorporated here in the United States, and we have global headquarters. Next, we have a strategic collaboration with industry experts and regulatory bodies, which means we're working with the SEC. We're working with industry experts in this amazing industry. And then we have a clear roadmap to IPO, and US expansion has already begun, which I shared earlier. And then we have the proven innovation on a global stage with our events from a global perspective in Abu Dhabi and San Francisco and Saudi Arabia, and there will be many more in the future. Introducing a comprehensive ecosystem integrating future technologies. We are in the forefront of this technological explosion, if you will. And then we are committed to transparency and due diligence, which is part of our whole business model. And then finally, a recent 2-year collaboration signed agreement with Google, and then the June 27th Forbes magazine article that was published, which is really giving us a big boost. But people saw where the future will take them, those who have that vision, those who are exploring those opportunities, and only those who timely act, make that fortune. And every time I see this slide, I think about back in 2009 when I was offered 500 Bitcoin at 0.0017 cents, an 85-cent investment. I probably wouldn't be here today. I'd probably be on a beach eating bonbons. So the question is, are you ready to take advantage of that? So as we're wrapping up here, I wanted to share everybody attending today will get an email from Nicole. There will be a link to the video replay here. And as I mentioned, and this is really, I'm here today wanting to provide hope and encouragement for everyone to step into their uncomfortable zone, which is where self-growth occurs and innovation thrives. And this is my journey. I shared my journey about my pitfalls and losing all that money, but I learned from those mistakes, and I'm in a much better place. But on the lower left-hand corner is an interview. I have a TV series called Holistic True Wealth. It's syndicated through Mupo Entertainment, Mupo TV. I did an interview with Dr. Tahir Hussein, who is my wealth coach, life coach. He is a self-made multimillionaire at the age of 27 in traditional real estate, building an 8-figure portfolio. He has his own coaching academy called The Unstoppable Millionaire. He incorporated Vita One to his massively successful business model and has added an additional 7-figure income stream just by building Vita. And this is a 30-minute interview with him specifically about the upcoming DaMeta1 launch before the collaboration with Google and Forbes magazine. I had a call with him a couple of days ago about that collaboration with Google and Forbes. So it's very exciting for all of us who see the potential here. So that's number one. Number two, you'll get access to my free ebook and a beginner's guide to unlocking a global pioneering opportunity. And this provides you a foundational understanding around the world of blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, real world assets. I talked about that earlier. The tokenization of real estate, and then showcasing our Zanzibar hotel and resorts and much more. So again, remember the days before computers for those of us who are here, who were around before computers or even here. Now look at where it is in the industry and where it has come from and where it is today. We are now in the front of that paradigm shift like none other before, with real estate tech, financial tech, educational tech, artificial intelligence, and metaverse. And you don't have to be a tech wizard if you don't want. However, if you want to be one of those lucky ones who wants to get it on the ground floor, now is your opportunity. And then on the right are different links to get connected with me on social media, schedule a Zoom call with me, I do provide links to the videos that you saw here. And then there's a link to my TV series because I do interview Tahir Hussein. He's on there a couple times. Waqas Suhail, he's on there. A couple of people that are in the Art of One family, and you'll have access to all that. And then finally, my last gift for the attendees today who are serious about becoming an ecosystem member. So I mentioned earlier about the packages, $200, $500, $1,000, $5,000 packages. And what can you do to earn some free money here? And I do have what's called VREIT, and VREIT is what I call the mother stock of the company. And I got tons of that. And I want to pay it forward. I want to help people, encourage people to start looking at diversifying their portfolios. And so for people coming in at $200, $500, or $1,000 or $5,000, here are some of the numbers that I want to share with you. And so behind door number one, so people coming on board with a $200 package, you get a free $20. Up to $5,000, you get $500. So you look at that and say, oh, big deal. But bear with me here for a second, because I want you to show what the potential is. So with that $20, behind door number two is our current value of the VREIT is 0.3070 cents. So you look at this, that $20 gives you 65 point blah, blah VREIT, and up to $500, it's 1,628 plus VREIT. Okay. So that's the number of VREIT. But what if the VREIT launches at $3 in 2 years? Your $65 of free money is turned into $325, or your $5,000 is turned into $81.43 at $5. But wait a minute. What if we don't know where it's going to launch, but what if it launches at $10? That 20 turns into 651, 500 turns into 16,280. Wait a minute. What if it's going to launch at $15? You see the numbers, $20 to 977, or $500, $24,000. Okay. But when I attend our corporate meetings and we get feedback from the industry experts, this is where they're predicting it to launch. Again, we can't really predict that because this was before our Google collaboration of 2 years. This is going to take us into 2027, 2 years with global. Where is DaMeta1 going to be? Will it be at 10 million in 2027 and rather than 2029? Something to think about. It's free money getting you into more of the products and services that we have within the ARTA. So the purchase is required buyer before July 19th. So you got a little over a week to consider this. And again, this is a slide where free money giveaway enrollment incentive. And many people, I've offered something similar to this before, and they said this is a no-brainer. So what do you think? Give me a number one in the comments if this makes sense to you guys out there. Again, July 19th is the deadline. Coming on board. If you are interested in learning more about this, you're also going to get this in an email from Nicole. But I'm just only going to share these two things here for you here today. And think about it.